Hey, Shalom, Shalom, Call Halal, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, Bahara Kadash, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, Bahashim Kadash, Barakatham. Double honors to our apostles, who are elders, which are of GMS, and blessed salutations to you brothers out there teaching and enduring truth and sincerity. This is a lesson I wanted to do in regards of, the year to turn up. The Most High is going to turn up indeed. And the point I wanted to bring out is what do we do considering that? What is our mindset? All right. So let's go into Proverbs 16 and 12 through 16. Proverbs 26 and 12 through 16. It says, seest thou a wise man in his own conceit? There is, Salakia, I'm actually going to start, because I want to do another lesson. I'm actually going to start, did I just read through it, Salakia? And it says, seest thou a wise man in his own conceit? There's more hope of a fool than him. Yeah, so pretty much a person that's right in their own mind. You know what I'm saying? You can't tell them anything, okay? But it says, the slothful man saith, there is a lion in the way, a lion is in the streets. Okay, so what does that mean? It's pretty much you got an excuse to why you don't get up and go. You know what I'm saying? There's things that we know that we should do with ourselves. We see the opportunities, but we often would get in our own way. You don't, as there's a statement and a lesson done a while ago about the what if spirit. You know what I'm saying? That what if spirit can stop you from doing anything. Doesn't say that you just do something without regard or just throw caution in the wind. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you got to do that, but sometimes you don't do that. But at the end of the day, you got to be able to take things as far as it can go and hold yourself back as much as you can. You got to know how to control your body. It's about balance. As the scriptures say, let's get it real quick. It's like it. So in Philippians chapter 4, verse 12, it says, I know how to be abased and I know how to abound. Everywhere and in all things I am instructed both to be full and to be hungry, both to abound and to suffer need. Because that means what's being conveyed is that you can be in any position and still be the same person and still get the job done. If you got to know how to hold back. Like there's a saying that some people don't engage in violence because they're scared, they're cowards. But some people hold back because, it's not the right thing to do. There's a difference. One person is a coward, one person is just holding back. They know how to be violent, they know how to take it there. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing with a person with power. You got power, you know you can do this, and I can, like Yahweh Shai said to Pilate, don't you know, I can send legions of angels down here in a second, you know what I'm saying? And they'll come to my defense, right? So therefore, he knew how to be hungry. He knew how to abase himself. And then you got to have the courage to abound. And I said, well, if I do this, what if this will happen? What if I do, no, the Lord put instruction. Let's see here. Let's get that precept. The Lord layeth up instruction. Okay. Yes, Salakia, man. Internet cut me off. I logged into it, thought I had it squared away, but back to what I was saying in Job 22. This is not the one I was looking for. But it says, receive, I pray thee, the law from his mouth, and lay up his words in thine heart. So the Lord give us, everything that the Lord says in his book is pretty much law, man. His law, his commandments. He make his commandments are testimonies. You know, they're oracles. You know what I'm saying? So, therefore, these are guides, and if we do it, it'll work out. And that's just talking about the general sense. But also the Lord, you know, the Lord lay above instruction for us too. You know what I'm saying? In particular, when I say us, I mean individually. You know, he pretty much, I can't find a precept right now, Baba Gashab, you know, but the Lord layeth up instructions into our minds. He pretty much guides us via through the Holy Spirit what to do and how to do it. And it's up to us to take advantage of that opportunity. All right. But if you say it's a line in the streets, that's why I don't want to go, or they won't do this, they won't do that, then you're losing half the battle already. Okay. So going back to Job 22:26 and 14, it says, as the door turneth upon his hinges, so doth the slothful man upon his bed. Yeah, that's right. So, like, same thing with being in the bed all day, man. You know what I'm saying? You laying down, you pretty much, it says the door, like, on the hinges, is open and closing. It's pretty much saying you're not doing anything with the opportunity you have. You know what I'm saying? Because when you, you know, it says, how long without sleep, O sluggard? You know what I'm saying? And it's not talking about literally sleeping. It's talking about getting up and doing things that you're supposed to do. You know, and I want to say this: you shouldn't have to be told or prompted or admonished all the damn time. Some things you don't see, and some things you just being willingly ignorant of. You know, and we all do it. You know what I'm saying? Just speaking from my experience, you know, the apostles shouldn't be saying half the things. And you'd be like, damn, I was just thinking that it was on my spirit. It's because you ain't capitalized on it, man. When I say you, like the brother said, like when I say you, I mean me. When I say me, I mean we. You know? So this is not like I'm looking down on anybody. This is from experience, and this is from, you know, also two younger brothers. You know, we're in a year, Satan's turning up, the Most High is turning up. You know, well, the Most High is turning up, everybody's going to turn up. Everything is going to turn up. You know, that means we turn up. Our lessons, we turn up. Anything that you got to work on, the fluidity, the information, the subject matters, you know what I'm saying, the consistency, you got to turn up. You got to ratchet up. You know what you're supposed to do, and the Lord put them instructions in us, and you got to execute, okay? You got to squeeze the onion, okay? It says, this is the verse 15, okay? It says, the slothful man hideth his hand in his bosom, okay? It grieveth him to bring it again to his mouth, okay? So the slothful man, of course, you know, the lazy man hideth his hand in his bosom. Where is your hand? It's your power, your actions, your ability to do things, okay? What is your bosom? Is your comfort. That's where you know what I'm saying? If you're cold, you're going to bundle up, you're going to put your hands at. You're going to put them in your bosom. You know what I'm saying? A baby, when they go to sleep, they lay on what? The bosom, okay? You're not going to literally put your hand in your bosom, but you put in your jacket. You might put them in your armpits, but you get the concept, okay? It says, the slothful hideth his hand in his bosom. It grieveth him to bring it again to his mouth. What does that mean? That you're pretty much tired. You know what I'm saying? It's a struggle for you to consume information. Yeah. If you don't put out the right amount of energy, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to your diligence within the scriptures, as the Lord say, be ye diligent to make your calling of election sure. You know what I'm saying? How do you be diligent? That means you got to constantly dig and dig and dig and get up and go get it. You know what I'm saying? And you know, if you take days off, you take time off, and you constantly are missing out, you're gonna eventually be at the back of the lane. All right. So as Proverbs 10:4 says, he becometh poor that dealeth with a slack hand, but the rich hand of the diligent maketh rich. Okay, Proverbs 19:15 also says, slothfulness casteth into a deep sleep, and an idle soul shall suffer hunger. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you're going to miss out on those nutrients, which is the experience. Because sometimes everything ain't about like being taught. Some things are experience, opportunities. Okay? And when you miss those opportunities, and it ain't talking about just getting up and doing something. It's also talking about studying. It's talking about when it's time to be patient and you choose not to be patient. When it's time to be calm, you choose not to be calm. It's time to get up and do something or take action or say something. You choose the easy route. That's you saying that you're not willing to, that you're grieved for you to put the hand to your mouth. You're grieved. It's a struggle for you to go through it or to hold back. You're not doing what it takes to get the job done. All right? And then you're waiting on somebody. Somebody needs to be reproved and you see it. You'll wait till somebody else say something. And then you're like, yeah, I was thinking the same thing. You know? Or, you know, when it's time for you to study, it's time for you to, you know, do your lessons. It's time for you to exert what the Lord put in our minds. Again, when I say you, I mean me. When I say me, I mean we. You know what I'm saying? And that concept to where I went through it. You know what I'm saying? There's things I still have to work on. But I know for a fact, one thing is that the Lord lift up instruction. He provide opportunity. And if you don't take them opportunities, the Lord will either excommunicate you or he will get in your tail part. So if the Lord's turning up, you turn up. Or he's going to turn up on you to make you turn up. It's going to come along those lines. Okay, so it says, the slothful man hideth his hand in his bosom. It grieveth him to bring it to his mouth again, bring it again to his mouth. The sluggard is wiser in his own conceit than 7 men that can render reason. You know what I'm saying? And I wanted to put that, also inject that in there, because you will have a good reason for doing whatever you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Which is why you have to, you know, learn how to be submissive through listening, you know, because Jake always, you know, if you think you're right, why would you think you're wrong? You know what I'm saying? It's complicated and simple as it sounds at the same time. You should get the notion. If you think you're right in a situation and somebody's telling you you're wrong, how can you even submit your ear? You know, so if somebody's saying, oh, you need to do this more, or you need to do that more, or the Spirit's telling you, or the environment's telling you, and you say, well, it's Esau, or it's I did this because of that. Like the scripture said, wicked man findeth an excuse. You know what I'm saying? So if you're constantly coming up with excuses, then you're eventually going to get left, or the Lord will turn up on you. He will put us through hell and high water to get us to get the point conveyed. If you don't believe, go and read Jonah. And I'm just being sarcastic because you should know what the results of that is, man. Jonah didn't want to do that, and he didn't want to go to Nineveh, and then the Lord turned up on him. You know what I'm saying? The Lord, you're going to go to Nineveh at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? So, Sirach chapter 38:24 says, the wisdom of a learned man cometh by opportunity of leisure. Okay? When you go to leisure, it goes back to freedom. You know what I'm saying? Or recreational time. But that don't mean you just chilling and shit, man. Okay? So when you go into the word leisure, it's free time, time at one's disposal. Okay? So if you clicking on a game, the first thing you get to do, or you sitting there Netflixing or ESPNing or whatever you like to do for your recreational time, and you're not investing, you know what I'm saying? Then you're going to get your results. Now, you got to have balance. Do that mean that you just read, you know, because what the scripture say, much studying is weariness of the flesh. So you got to have balance, but that shouldn't be the first thing you do. You know what I'm saying? As grown working men, you know, those who work, you know, when you get off, the first thing you want to do is, I got to relax. You know what I'm saying? And that's why we suffer in this world. Because the first thing we do when we stop working for somebody else is just chill on our leisure time instead of working on what we got to work on. All right? But this is going to go into within this aspect too, it's going to say some good things. Okay? It says, And he that hath little business shall become wise, right? So what does it mean that if you ain't doing nothing, you're gonna just bounce up in smartness and wisdom? No. When you have this free time to do whatever you want, you should be feeding and cultivating your spirit. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to do it with 100% of the time, but if you don't, if you don't use any of the time, then you haven't gained anything in that free time. Okay? Because when you can't do it, you can't do it. All right? Sirach 38:25, it says, how can he get wisdom that holdeth the plow and that glorieth in the goad, that driveth oxen and is occupied in the labors, and whose talk is of bullocks? You know, so this pretty much goes into when you're so busy that you don't got time for the Lord. You know what I'm saying? That you don't have time to sit down and read. So if you say, oh, I'm busy, I can't get to a lesson, that's you. Your talk is of bullocks. The Lord ordained us to preach the gospel, man. The Lord told Peter to drop your nets and follow me. Now I know everybody got their responsibilities and things, but the Lord will not call you to this ministry if you're not, he will not call you to this ministry and you don't have the ability to teach. Why would he give you a lane and then block it? So that's bullshit. Anything that's blocked in our way is us at the end of the day. Okay? So it says, verse 26, he giveth his mind to make furrows and is diligent to give the kind fodder. So every carpenter and workmaster that laboreth night and day, and they that cut and engrave seals and are diligent to make great variety and give themselves to counterfeit imagery and watch to finish a work. The smith also sitting by the anvil and considering the ironwork, the vapor of the fire wasteth his flesh, and he fighteth with the heat of the furnace. The noise of the hammer and the anvil is ever in his ears, and his eyes look still upon the pattern of the thing that he maketh. He setteth his mind to finish his work and watcheth to polish it perfectly. So you can be distracted from the world. You could be a super family man, and that's like the anvil, the woman, the children, and then you're taking them to this thing, you're doing that, and you're doing this, and then you're doing that, and you're missing out on teaching or doing anything to cultivate your spirit, because at the end of the day, this place is going to be destroyed. So what are you doing? You're investing in something that's not going to be of use, okay? So Sirach chapter 29, 38 and 29 says, so doth the potter sitting at his work and turneth the wheel about his feet, who is always careful, set at his work, and maketh all his work by number. He fashioneth the clay with his arm, and boweth down his strength before his feet. He applieth himself to lead it over, and he is diligent to make clean the furnace. All these trust in their hands, and everyone is wise in his work. Okay, so what it's saying is like, yeah, you got the skill, you getting it, you kicking ass, you locked in, right? It says verse 33, they shall not be sought for in public council, nor sit sit high in the congregation. They shall not sit on the judge's seat, nor understand the sentence of judgment. They cannot declare justice and judgment, and they shall not be found where parables are spoken. So what is that talking about? There's a difference between the world and its truth. Okay? And if you invest more into this world, and you may not be going hard trying to make some shoes or working doubles and doing all that, but whatever taking your energy, that's what you're investing in. Okay? Because it's all, if we want to correlate with the scripture to this, you have to invest your time to, when you invest something, let's get the definition. I want to be all over the place with it. When you invest, it says, the etymology, it says, the meaning, use money to produce profit, is attested. It says giving the notion of giving one's capital a new form. So when you invest your time into the Lord, that's not you taking care of your family. It's not you working doubles or 2 jobs or whatever you're doing. It's not. So you're changing. You're investing that time. Okay, that time should liquidate into something profitable. Okay, I don't know what's going on. My phone is like the 3rd time it cut off. So I'm just gonna use some prudence and tighten up the lesson a little bit more, shorten it up a bit. So I'm gonna see here, finish this up. It says there's a point that I wanted to get out this verse. Verse 33, Sirach 38 and 33. It says, "They shall not be sought for in public council, nor sit high in the congregation. They shall not sit on the judge's seat, nor understand the sentence of judgment. They cannot declare justice and judgment, and they shall not be found where parables are spoken. But they will maintain the state of the world, and all their desire is in the work of their craft." So you get out what you put in, and where you putting your time in. If it's folly, that's what you're investing in. You know, you probably be a Hall of Famer in folly. You know, that's your work. You look forward to that in the morning, and you wake up and you look forward to folly. If you get up and you get on Instagram before you put a prayer up, you've mastered your craft. You're locked in. You know, so it's not specifically speaking on working. But then when it comes down time to the truth, and you're slacking, it's like, oh, I gotta. You know, and I had to ask myself that when I was falling short and fell short at things, and I was like, well, why the fuck? It's like something simple as dieting. Why is it easy for me to eat bad food than it is for me to eat good food? And I gotta eat right. But at the same time, I got the pure discipline to eat what the hell I want. When I say I got the pure discipline to be undisciplined. Like, it's nothing for me to eat a burger. And you know what it all boils down to? It all boils down to comfort. It all boils down to pleasure. Okay? Some things, most of the things in this truth is not going to be comfortable, and most of the things in this truth is not going to be pleasurable. But you got a job to do. We have a job to do, and we have to get it done at all costs. And if the Lord chose us to get it done, He will make us get it done. He will get our mind right. And if it's not for us, He ain't gonna be in this fold. So we have to squeeze the onion. We have to get what we can out of our opportunities, man. All right? The Lord knows our hearts and all that, but He knows your heart. And He know when you bullshitting and full of shit. You can fool man, but you can't fool the Most High, you know? So when I say me, I mean, when I say you, I mean me. When I say me, I mean we, right? So with that being said, I want to say, call Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai, Baharakah Kadash, double honor to our apostles, who are elders, who rule well. Blessed citations to you brothers out there teaching and enduring truth and sincerity. Habatham Sequoia. Shalom.